welcome back to Are You Mad About the Ads? I'm Ginny.
I'm Plachette.
I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Liz.
And today we're going to be talking about vaping, both with tobacco and marijuana. So today we're going to start off with a Time magazine. It does say the new American addiction, how Juuls hooked kids and ignited a public health crisis. The reason why we are starting off with this because it does kind of now talk about the topics that we are going to be discussing throughout the rest of this video. Juuls did ignite a lot of interest in youth, especially now with the products we have today. It's also being used with marijuana and possibly other substances. So we just wanted to get into detail with that later on in the clips. So this next ad really caught my attention. It does say the tobacco industry has a kids menu, and I really do believe that. If you see nowadays, if you go into smoke shops, it really is a kids menu. They have now targeted new ways to attract youth, not only like with tobacco, but with marijuana products as well. There is now not just only vapes that have flavors, but now there is even like gummies and other forms of candy. Basically, like it's saying in this ad, it is a kids menu. And the reason why we also wanted to talk about that, because we're going to follow along with other clips discussing like how, you know, youth is attracted to this and why they're attracted to it. But it's really dangerous because if you think about it, these products were not meant for youth, but now they are being the new target today. And that is, you know, a really big problem we have now. Okay. And so next off, we're going to go to Alyssa so she can talk more about her ad.
So the FDA is actively trying to enforce and enact a ban on these flavored vaping products because of its enticing nature to youth. A lot of youth that are trying these vaping products are lured to them because of these flavors, but a lot of them may be unaware of nicotine's addictive properties because it masks the taste. Some people are very much against this flavored tobacco ban. We saw in a smoke shop this QR code that people could scan easily to write the legislators and city council to stop the ban on flavored tobacco products. Obviously, even though it is trying to be federally illegal, we know that flavored tobacco products are easily accessible and sold, whether it's through friends, families, dealers, and even online sales. And with that, I'll pass it to Plachette.
Okay, so in this video, it shows just how easy and dangerous it is for underage teens and youth to buy vapes online. Most of the vapes that they are buying off of Wish.com are counterfeit. They are made totally different from the vapes that you can buy in your local smoke shop, local liquor store, etc. These vapes are made with unknown ingredients. Also, these vapes are shipped in a way that parents wouldn't even realize that their kids are buying the vapes right up under their noses. They get shipped in purses, slippers, cups, etc. Okay. Also, some of these charges might pop up as anything, but it won't say vape or Wish.com. Here's the video.
Did you know that Wish.com sells vapes to just about anybody? And with the average price being around $10 plus shipping, their prices beat out the legitimate brands, with bulk orders really taking the cake. Not only did I take a deep dive into Wish.com's sinister listings, but I also looked into the bigger picture when it comes to bunk vapes from Chinese wholesalers. With people from all over the country posting videos about being scammed with counterfeit vapes in places like gas stations, vape shops, and by quote-unquote friends. Real quick, this is editing dignity and I didn't mention one thing. Why it's bad that they're knockoffs. Basically, they have no quality control. A small amount have been busted where they found dirty conditions. Nobody will be accountable if you're breathing in heavy metals, and they just have no reason not to use cheap chemicals like diacetyl, I don't know if I said that right,
diacetyl,
that cause popcorn lung, which may require a lung transplant. So if you want to argue that they're all made in the same factory, just watch until the end and I bet you'll change your mind.
Next video is an article from ecigarettes.surgeongeneral.gov. They talk about different type of statistics with the kids that are smoking nicotine, using e-cigs, vapes, etc. It also talks about how it's destroying their brain development and their overall health.
So going off of what Plashette said, she's right. There are a lot of websites out there that they are selling these vapes like in bulk and stuff. And honestly, one of the biggest places that it's being marketed and we really don't know is TikTok. I don't know if you guys know what TikTok is, and if you don't, you're probably living under a rock. I mean, we all have TikTok, I'm sure, and it's actually being shown where they're basically like lying about what the product is, but in reality, they're actually purchasing something really different, which is, for example, like the e-cigarettes or like the vapes. So we just want to, keep everyone in mind to keep a lookout for those ads on TikTok. Well, not really ads, but the TikTok videos that they are making in order to promote their vapes, but in a very secretive way that only really approaches towards teens. So again, we have to be really careful, and we have to make sure that when you're looking also through the comments, you can actually see, these people talk about it actually being like a fraud transaction. It's not real. They're not really purchasing like a teddy bear. They're actually purchasing a vape inside this teddy bear, and then that's when they connect it to like wish.com, or they connect it to these other websites. Like, for example, I think they can use Zelle now to purchase things, or they can use like other like Cash App and all those other apps that you can use to purchase, and people honestly have no idea that it's being done. So again, TikTok's really popular, and unfortunately it's being used as a marketplace for vapes, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other illegal substances nowadays.
Did you know that TikTok has an underground network of dealers selling vapes to underage teens? With the accounts cumulatively having hundreds of thousands of followers? And with flavored vapes like puff bars having been banned for years now, many underage buyers have turned to TikTok as their platform of choice to get these devices delivered right under their parents' noses. In this video, I looked into how these shops work, who the types of people buying them are, and tested out the ordering process to see if it's really as easy as they claim. This is the type of stuff that we'll be looking at today. And these are the types of clients that it fosters. Literal middle schoolers. In about 15 seconds of searching on TikTok, you can find at least a couple of these discreet, no-age verification vape shops. And after a couple hours of looking, I found dozens. You're first greeted by a small business type vibe. Someone showing off something really girly like slippers, a small purse, usually lots of scrunchies. But then also the vape. Puff bar bundles that are made to look all cutesy, girl boss, stealing my mom's credit card type beat. These pages, usually with anywhere from 500 to 5,000 followers, are all made to either promote their Shopify website or to advertise direct sales through WhatsApp, Telegram, or Instagram. And I can't begin to imagine how much money these pages are raking in. With the average price being around $25 per package, and at least 80 to 100 comments asking for updates about their orders per week, you're looking at some serious income. Especially since many of these dealers are buying them at steep discounts at sites like AliExpress, DHgate, and even Wish.com. Not only can there be harmful additives in the juice, but there can also be dangers related to the quality of the wiring and lithium-ion batteries. There are whole YouTube compilations where vapes end up exploding in people's pockets. Not only are these pages marketing to children, but they're also giving them a nicotine addiction and possibly exposure to dangerous chemicals.
So thanks, Jenny. What's surprisingly about TikTok is, or not surprising, but across many social media sites, companies can't actually advertise for their products. And I'm going to tell you a story about a company that tried to air a commercial on a local TV station in Colorado, but at the end, the company pulled it from the schedule. This company no longer exists, which is funny, but the commercial does exist on YouTube, so if anyone is curious, because we don't want to display it here, it is, but the company was called Neos, and the commercial was around the year 2016. And the commercial did not show vapes, vape pens, or marijuana, but it did mention, vape pens in it, and it had a link to the website telling you to go live adventurously, relax, and stuff like that. So one of the reasons that the company pulled the commercial from airing was the fact that marijuana does remain a federally illegal substance, and because of that, that's why we don't see particularly too many commercials or advertisements about, vape pens or vaping devices. And because there's no way to know that it has any correlation, but because the company was never able to really promote their product on, through a TV commercial, maybe that's why the company doesn't exist, but there has been, instances like that you can find pictures of on Google, of billboards advertising products, like this billboard right here. If you look at this picture here, the billboard does have a product from a company called Candescent. It's advertising its vape pen as well, but if you look it up, this company also no longer exists. So like I said, there's no way of knowing if these have correlation between each other, but it just seems that if you did try to like break the law and have a commercial billboard out there that's specifically advertising a company, not a place, it seems that there might be some repercussions to that. I'm going to pass it off to Alyssa.
Thanks, Liz. So the next ad we're going to go into is actually an anti-vaping ad. Yeah, we like to see it. It's from the Truth campaign. They do a lot of anti-vaping ads and resources and things like that. And we're going to go ahead and show it real quick.
And I tell her to talk to him. And it's like, oh, ew.
So in the ad, or the anti-ad, we see a couple of teenage girls in the girls' bathroom. Her friend goes to hit the vape, drops it in the toilet, and ends up fishing it out of the toilet and then hitting it again in the hallway. Yeah, very dirty, very disgusting. And the whole message behind it is that addiction isn't pretty, right? So being addicted to something so badly, so desperately, where you feel like you have to fish it out of a school public restroom and then put it into your mouth. It's not good. It's not good at all. And we're laughing now, but in truth, it's really not funny. A lot of teenagers are unfortunately addicted to vaping, and it is, in part, like we mentioned, by the fruity flavors and these advertisements. But yeah, very unfortunate truth. Lastly, we have an ad, a social media ad that we came across, basically advertising for a vape that has no THC, no nicotine. They promote it as a aromatherapy vape. Essentially what it is a vape that contains aromatics, like certain, again, fruity flavors, different flavors, but they have no nicotine or THC in them. You do have to be 21 and over to purchase. Which is a little, a little strange, exactly, just because why do you have to be an adult if there's no harmful chemicals in them and things like that. And upon further research within, how vapes work and things like that, what makes vapes dangerous besides, what you're ingesting like nicotine or THC is how the mechanics of the vape itself. So essentially it is heating up metals, which you can then ingest, like nickel and lead and things like that, with the product itself, as well as harmful chemicals that can cause cancer and things like that. So again, it's just something to think about, even though it's advertised as an aromatherapy, like self-care situation, I feel like it might be beneficial for those who are trying to get off nicotine and THC, but it can also be a double-edged sword because it can harm those who have never vaped before and want to try it, and then in turn, kind of be a gateway to trying actual nicotine and THC vaping products. So again, something to keep an eye out for and to be aware of as you're scrolling through Instagram or TikTok and things like that. But yeah, I think that's all we have for our ad campaign on vaping. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Give us a like and let us know. Are you mad about the ads?